What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode.
Oh, John,
of Game
messing
TV.
up the speakers. It's either John.
Right out of the get-go.
It's either John not muting the speakers, or me leaving my laptop on.
Or in other circumstances, John will actually mute the sound.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, that would be good too.
It's a constant.
We're off to a great start already.
Yeah, you know, we don't like to do the same thing over and over again, right? It's always constantly just on our toes here. So hey,
yeah, just finding new and innovative ways to screw the pooch right at the opening. That's good.
Exactly. And what better way to introduce today's show than with May the 4th, my friend? It is a glorious day.
I am a huge Star Wars fan. This is out of control.
Is it though?
I am so tired of my Facebook timeline getting blown up with May the 4th. I literally, it's midnight and I have people on my timeline like, May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you.
I'd much rather have that though than the stupid "It's gonna be May" memes with Justin Timberlake's face. That one is that's at least a 5-6 year old meme. At least with the May the 4th one, I feel like that's only 2 years, 3 years, right? Still relatively in its infant stage. So
what's going on, everybody?
Yes. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, you are already aware of it, but we're going to be covering Kritika's next update, which is going to be Hell Mode. We have some changes coming to the Berserker, as well as new Elite stages all being introduced. So
how elite are those stages, Joe?
Changes coming to the Berserker.
Are they like 1337 elite, or are they just regular run of the mill humdrum elite?
Let's go with that. Yeah, the second one you said.
The humdrum.
The humdrum elite. Yeah, I like that. I figured that's a pretty good way to start that though. So yeah, so there's gonna be some pretty cool, exciting changes with the Berserker changes though. For you guys who may be following us in our official forums. We did do a big kind of community-driven, what kind of changes do you want to see coming to the Berserker? So I feel like it's a...
Double sound. Does somebody have
Double sound? What?
John?
Is it you, John?
My computer is giving me cancer. Maybe don't put it on your lap? I don't know. What'd you do, John?
Is it good?
Oh,
John!
Man.
John's 2 for 2
out of
today,
the gate already. We're literally 2 minutes in. Wow. Okay.
John, you want to get anything else out of your system before we start here today, John? You good?
Yeah.
We feeling pretty strong?
Is the background all right?
Is this the Matrix?
It
might be. It very well could be, zombie. You never know, though. So I just want to get confirmation though. Are we good to go? Is everyone can hear us? Can you hear us? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I think he fixed it.
I don't trust John by saying yes. I need people.
Best remembered 2 of 10.
Thanks, Weebles.
Yeah.
It'll gradually go up though, and then probably by the end we'll kind of.
I like to think that we set the bar extremely low, so we're always overachieving.
That's also a very good one too.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, let's talk a little bit about the Berserker changes. Like I was saying, we did do a bit of a community outreach for you guys, and wanted to kind of get your feedback and take on the current status of the Berserker. So. First thing that we did do is previously the Berserker had 4 physical attacks and 3 magical, so we took one of those magical abilities and basically made it a physical ability, so now it's going to be 5 physical, 2 magical. Yes, Nick?
Well, no, what I was going to say is maybe you preface that by saying a lot of these changes were community requested changes.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, I kind of said that there was we kind of got feedback from the community about it. And
I wasn't listening, I was... Good show, man. You got a bunch of papers here, so I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. I'm going to let you do that.
I'm going to get to it as soon as possible, as soon as I can.
And ask you questions that you've already answered.
So, first ability we're going to take a look at is, or talk about, is Spiral Strike. So, Spiral Strike first was a magic attack. Now we're going to make it a physical attack. Hurricane Slash was one of the more requested ones for changing to a physical attack, so that's going to also be changed. The only other thing we did do is we're going to change Gigantic Full Swing from physical to a magical. So now, like I said, you're going to have 5 physical attacks, 2 magical at the Berserker's in his arsenal. Another cool thing we did do with the Awakened version of his buff is beforehand there was no crit rate on the actual Awakened skills. It was only just attack boost. So we got, like I said, community feedback from it. You guys wanted more like constant damage with the Berserker. So by adding the crit buff to his awakened version of it, we feel that he might be in a better spot with that kind of buff then that we're going to be seeing with it. So so all in all, yeah, we wanted to kind of change it because kind of what we were talking about in the character overview is that he was pretty good hybrid because he had those two. He had a pretty good like mixture of physical and magical, but like we said, a lot of people kind of wanted to see him more in that physical realm of like, Berserker, front line.
It kind of makes sense.
Sword swinging kind of do, yeah, exactly. Because you already have the Demon Blade, which is already, like I remember I always said that he not is misleading, but you feel like he should be more of a physical attack, but he has a lot of magical attack in his arsenal though. So
and generally he's just a rage-filled individual, which tends to lead more towards a physical type.
Exactly. Yeah. And then other than that, as far as some of his abilities are going to get a lot of buffs. We have Gigantic Full Swing is going to see about a 300% increase in damage for both his regular versions and his Awakened version. Crater Leap as well as Hurricane Slash are going to be getting some significant, I don't have the numbers at hand right here, but they're going to be getting some significant number bumps as well. And then we're also going to be changing, so his abilities are going to be generating a lot more EX filling. So, just me testing him, going through some of the elite stages and everything like that, his EX was constantly up.
Yeah, it was filling up very quickly.
Yeah. So you're going to be getting a lot more damage from not only his EX abilities, but just the buffs that we're going to be introducing to all of his other skills as well. Right. So I'm pretty excited with this. I know there's been a lot of players out there wanting to see these changes coming to the Berserker. I know they have always said like, oh, he doesn't feel like he's kind of like in that same area as maybe like the Demon Blade or the Eclair because like she was so new, so really strong. Right. So really excited with these changes coming. So with that said, though, why don't we go ahead and go into some of these modes and test them out a little bit?
Sure.
Then.
So to answer a couple of your questions, Dark. One, no, you cannot have Joe's hat. He stole it fair and square from a homeless guy.
True. Yeah. Finders keepers. Finders keepers.
Two, Joe has been seriously slacking on his deep V game. The problem is that we still have an office full of people, and we are a diverse company, which means we have many females that run around here, and it makes me uncomfortable to just have Joe's chest just hanging out all the time. So I could just imagine what these poor women go through on a daily basis if he has to come with a Baby Gap shirt on that isn't covering his stomach and a huge deep V. So it's kind of that fine line that he has to tread. But maybe we might take up a Kickstarter to get Joe some new clean Vs, and maybe we'll do it that way.
I need your tax deductible donations, you guys, for the
hotlines are open.
The deep V, we need some. So I'm just going to go through, these are a couple of the new health stages here. Obviously, I'm pretty strong right now. I have a full set of Ethereal Plus gear, and it should be noted, I know we always say it every time, but I know there's some of you out there that might be looking at this account and saying that's kind of crazy, but this is a test account. So, don't think that I'm going to show up on live with all these beefy stats and crazy gear and everything like that. So.
Right.
Cheater.
Right.
Confirmed hacker, right?
Now, so is this going to have any impact on the Berserker's MP and magic strength, since they only have the 2 magic skills? I think in terms of the magic strength, that's just going to be how you do your meteorites.
Yeah.
Maybe, well, not necessarily affixes, but definitely how you do your meteorites.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to have any bearing on his MP?
I mean, I don't. It's very situational because I know we've always mentioned that based off the gems that you're using for it, it could definitely, just because now that you're gonna have more access to more physical abilities. But I mean, like something that I actually that kind of segued into what I kind of wanted to mention was that I'm interested to see though kind of what other builds that people come up with, because obviously with the pet Tyrannus, and who is the other pet that changes? Because I know Tyrannus changes magical attacks to physical, so by doing that you'll have a full arsenal of physical attacks then with Tyrannus as a pet. But as far as the MP, I mean, it really goes to like how you're really building him and stuff like that. I haven't had, obviously it's hard. I don't personally play Berserker myself though too, so and being on the test account, it's really, I have a very biased opinion on MP usage since I have so much gear, so it's hard for me to give an accurate reading on that. But yeah, I would just say like based off of like what gems you're using and stuff like that, it could be you might be seeing a dip in your mana because of the abilities and stuff like that. But it's really kind of early for me to tell though, based off of just like the early testing of this though.
Right. Red Panda, go ahead and whisper John with your stuff, and we'll take a look at it for you, man. Try and get you a resolution.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though, Zombie. Hopefully, with these changes being introduced to his physical build and stuff like that, we could be seeing more physical berserkers out there. Then
Well, we should be seeing.
We
more
should. Yeah.
I think before, because understand like when the Berserker came out in launch, we didn't have the magical and physical attack specifications.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that I would say initially he was supposed to be obviously a physical attack,
right?
A powerhouse. Whereas I think that the direction has shifted a little bit, right? So Cat Acrobat was going to be that quick get out type of assassin type character,
kind of thing. Yeah.
Whereas Berserker was going to be more of like a plodding brawler,
right?
But then as time went on and the game evolved, we implemented the physical attack and magical attack,
right?
And then maybe something just kind of got lost in translation right there.
Yeah. So, and then, furthermore, too, with the buff now actually giving crit and stuff like that, your auto attacks obviously will be hitting a lot harder. So that there's more incentive now to start building towards that physical path now, So, yeah, I mean, at this, like I said, only time will tell kind of once you guys start getting really into it and discovering more of the benefits of a physical versus the magical. It'll just probably make more sense to go with the physical. But, I mean, I know there's plenty of clever players out there always finding different ways of doing it, so you never know. Maybe these changes will come in and somehow make the magical version of his kit even greater. You never know, but yeah. So I'm just going to a couple more stages here, and then we'll actually while I'm kind of going through these stages, you'll notice now there's a fourth campaign difficulty, which is the Hell mode. Hell mode, essentially, it's just what that is. It's basically a harder version of each stage. There will be a first-time clear bonus, as the other three difficulties did have, which is basically just increased rewards, increased gold, and stuff like that throughout there. And then occasionally, you will, on I believe it's mostly the boss levels, will have chances to drop ethereal items. As you saw in that previous level, I did get, I think it was an ethereal chest piece or something, or an ethereal equipment piece or whatever. So yeah, for you guys that are looking to farm and looking to try to get more ethereal pieces or ethereal plus gear, that'll be a pretty good way of going about to get those pieces then. So but let's just go through a couple more of these here. Hell mode. Dang, you have 20k attack then, huh, Zombie? 200k, yeah, 20k.
Yeah,
Forgot that zero there.
It's a thing.
It's a different number there.
No. Can you transmute the ethereal enhance into ethereal pieces yet?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
No. It's a tornado. A twister.
So I mean, you've played Berserker before in terms of like us showing off some things. How do you like the new changes that have been happening?
I mean, it just seems like he hits a lot harder now. I'm really digging the passive or the crit passive on his not the crit passive, but his crit on the actual buff though of his. Because beforehand it just felt like pretty lackluster when I was just auto attacking. You know what I mean? So having that coupled with the crit attack though, I think he's in a pretty good position personally. I mean, I'm more inclined to want to play him more. I think on the live build, I only have him at like level 20 or something like that. So, yeah, I'm really liking where he's at, and yeah, I'm really interested. Like I said, I really want to see the different kind of builds and specs that he's coming up with, though. So,
real quickly, Red Panda, whisper the email address that you use to submit the ticket from, and then John can John can check to see what the status is of your stuff. So don't put it in the chat. Just respond to the whisper that he sent to you and provide us the email address that you used to submit your ticket, and we'll take a look at it. I know somebody mentioned earlier that they hadn't received their Dragon Blaze pre-reg stuff. I haven't received mine either, so hopefully we can have an update for that.
Yeah.
I know we have a Dragon Blaze show on Friday, so
we'll try and maybe, we'll get like an answer, or at least see what we can do about it then. So yeah, like I said, obviously the hell mode stages are going to be way more difficult than the previous difficulty. I think I was in like I don't know why I used that ability. I was in like a level 50 range right there, and the hell mode of it was like 80. So there's a drastic increase in level of like where you should be at. Obviously the level isn't that high, but it's basically just giving you a kind of an estimate on, like, you know, this is what your character should be potentially at to do it. So a lot of the requirements will be kind of up there for you players to kind of take a look at, you know.
Seems to be a delay between game sound and what's being displayed on the screen. We'll have John look into that, man. Did Joe get wasted for his birthday drinking?
Why do we have to talk about that?
Define wasted. Like, he was well within his faculties. He was okay.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, he was good.
We were good. We were good.
Yeah. Everybody had a good time. It was a team building activity.
I will say I did crack my screen on my phone, so I was.
Yeah, you did.
Very upset with that.
Yeah, you did.
Which will cost me about 180 to fix, and I'd rather just keep the broken phone at this point.
Now let me ask you something, Joe.
Yes. What's up, Nick?
When you say that it's going to cost you $180 to fix, how much was the case that I told you to buy when you bought the phone? Because I'm just kind of curious. That definitely would have saved your phone in that case.
Okay, maybe there are a few of you out there that would agree with me, but I feel that, and how do I say this without, like, not offending anybody, but I feel like cases are really nerdy looking.
Yeah?
And like,
how's your broken phone look?
Hold on, I'll get to that. Hold
Okay.
on, let's not bring him into it yet. I just feel that, like, you know, I like the sleekness. I like just like the aesthetic appeal of just excuse me, what a phone looks like without a case on. So when I have like a and granted, you know, yours is very protected, but it's just like it's very big and bulky for me. So it's like, well, yes, this could have been avoided by a screen or having some sort of protection on it. I don't know. I don't like the way it looks.
But I mean, in all fairness,
now I'm $180 out though, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that though. I don't know if there's any of you guys out there that agree that, I don't know, a case sometimes, like, you just like the sleekness and the appeal of what a phone looks like just out of the box by itself though, you know. So let me change up some of mine. I'm gonna put the buff in
What's
here.
going on, Purifier? What's going on, Red Spark? What's going on, Carpathian Death?
Carpathian Death?
Yeah.
My word.
It's good, man. It's a good name.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
This is the thing. This is the thing, Weebles. Is he bought a Note 5, which it's all screen. Like,
it's true. It's very true.
All screen. So I was super paranoid because Joe and I have the same phone. So I was super paranoid. So I just bought a case, and I have fallen down, and my phone is still wonderful. Nice, Purifier.
So as far as the changes for Berserkers, we're going to be changing up 3 of his skills. So Spiral Strike and both Hurricane Slash, which were magical attacks, will now be physical attacks, and then Gigantic Full Swing, which was a physical attack, is now going to be magical attacks. So he's now going to have 5 physical attacks at his arsenal with 2 magic abilities, and then his buff ability is going to be receiving 15% crit on it when it's awakened now. So rather than it just being a flat attack bonus, it's going to have crit, as well as various skills like Gigantic Full Swing, Crater Leap, Hurricane Slash are going to be receiving some significant number boost. So no nerfs for the Berserker. He's just going to be getting some pretty good buffs all around, I would say. So yeah, as well as like we were talking about earlier, his EX gauge seems to be filling up a lot more, or much more quickly now with these changes. So.
So Ruined Puma, Joe got so strong because this is on a test server, and we just gave him a whole bunch of stuff. Does Kritika run on Metal API? I do not believe so. The only game that I know for sure that we have right now that was built specifically for Metal API was After Pulse. And man, is that game gorgeous.
Yeah. I know we say it all the time, but it's true. It looks great though.
Yeah.
Lies?
What's happening?
What happened?
Oh my goodness.
So let's see. So like I said, we're currently talking about Hell stages right now, guys, which are basically the next tier of difficulty for regular campaign stages. You will be getting a first-time clear bonus from these stages, as well as each boss stage's Hell mode will have a chance to drop ethereal pieces now in there.
Godo, yes, Berserker is the only one that's going to be getting a little bit of a buff this patch. Generally, we don't balance every character at once. I know a couple of updates ago we buffed Shadow Mage.
Shadow Mage was and then I think recently it was Dark Valkyrie as well too.
Well, yeah, that was a couple of months ago.
Oh, so it was Dark Valkyrie and then Shadow. Sorry.
Yeah.
Flip that, reverse it. Got it.
Let's see here.
We'll get to that in a second. EG, don't worry.
Yeah, no worries. Joe, best hacks of 2016.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Best skills for Zerk versus monsters. So Joe isn't a Berserker main.
Yeah.
But what's up, Sushi? But there is somebody, so Dark Shadow Slayer in the chat right now, he actually mains a fairly good Berserker. He may be able to give you a little bit more insight in terms of what he uses. Because Joe just shows up. Yeah.
I'm here. So boss fights will always have a chance to drop a theory piece, and that's just your first clear. So I went through a couple of them already, and keep in mind they aren't actual ethereal like pieces to equip. It's basically the enhanced pieces that will drop from there. Although I'm pretty sure, I think actually the piece or the actual equipment does have a chance, but you'll probably have more of a chance of getting the pieces though instead.
So in terms of drop rate, we cannot disclose what the drop rate is. We don't even know what the drop rate is.
True.
At this point.
Thanks, Sushi.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Black Orchid? What's up, Meka? Let's see here. What about pet balances? There haven't been any pet balances for this update.
Yeah, not as far as we know.
Will the max level ever go up? I'm absolutely positive that it's going to go up. It's just not going to go up for this content update. What will give Draco to new Bears buff? I'm not sure I understand your question, Dark Evil Lord, but if you can maybe clarify, I'll absolutely try and get to you.
Unfortunately, we don't have the update date available. All we can really say is it's going to be coming next week. Usually, it kind of follows the whole, if we do an update like today, it's probably going to be next week. If we do an update or a show about the update this week, it's probably following that next week early, so.
Yeah, so a lot of this stuff, right, like if you guys have been playing the game at all, like you kind of know what days are maintenance days.
Yeah.
Right, so usually, just kind of follow when your normal updates are. Dark Shadow, wait, was there an ethereal drop rate? So now in Hell mode, I believe, and definitely as we get into the Elite modes,
yeah,
you will see that you are able to get ethereal. You all right, man? You need
I'm okay. I'm all right.
All right. With the elites, there are chances to drop ethereal gear, and as Joe said, it will be every time that you complete the dungeon. It won't just be like a first clear bonus.
Zombie, I'm not sure. Well, so to kind of not really answer, but to kind of like understand where we're coming from. I know recently we did do that fix though to Tower of Tribulation though. Once you did kill a boss, you wouldn't have to wait for him to die. So I think we are pretty cognizant of those dire few seconds that you waste towards not only when the boss was dying, but your EX. I understand exactly that. Yeah, especially in like Monster Wave when I'm about to kill someone or a huge wave of enemies and literally ends right there and I kill them, but it doesn't register. So we are, like I said, aware of like there are those few short seconds that we're constantly looking at and stuff like that. So while I can't guarantee that will be changed, yeah, we are very aware of it though.
So yes, all the stages are going to be getting a hell mode. However, it's more of like, it's not going to be like in those early stages, right? You clear hard mode and then you just hop right into hell mode. This is something that where you're going to probably have to be max level.
Yeah. That's a good question, or a good transition, because I did not actually mention it, is as far as hell difficulty does go, it does unlock after, so you have to beat episode 1, stage 6 first, and then you also have to, I think that's really the only requirement as far as that goes then. So, and then, must clear the respective difficulty in the previous episode to enter hell in the following episode.
So, will there be a new stage in Monster Wave? Okay. Again, the stages in Monster Wave are on basically a requirement. So, you have to be level 11, level 21, 31, 41, so on and so forth. If we release a new Monster Wave level right now, you guys will not be able to enter it. So, I would say that until we raise the level cap, you're not going to get a new Monster Wave. So, yeah. In the gems, one of them says add additional damage. Is this an error? No. I mean, if you're talking about the actual like gems that you socket, no, that's not a error.
Usually the purple gems are the additional damage gems.
Once hell mode is introduced, will the previous difficulties be nerfed? I doubt it. Hell mode is just more for people who are higher level to kind of go back in and replay some of those older stages to get some better gear and stuff like that.
Because again, you do get that first time clear bonus for these new hell mode stages and everything. So.
Okay. Who are the characters on the side of the pick? Cat Acrobat, Blood Demon, Berserker, and
is that Blood Mage or
Shadow Mage? I don't know. You'd have to ask John. Who is that guy, John, above Cat Acrobat?
Oh, on that side?
Yeah.
I think it's a Shadow Demon. Or Shadow Mage, yeah.
That is Shadow Mage.
As far as everything else, guys, Monster Wave, I don't believe any Monster Wave changes are coming in this. It's basically going to be all just campaign and stages and episode changes coming.
Yeah. Any Lapis?
Yes, I actually did have gotten a couple of Lapis from these areas. So keep in mind though, it's like they're like I got a couple, like maybe like 2 or 3 at one point. I know one you're pretty much going to see though too. So yes, Lapis will be dropping in the new hell modes as well.
Please tell me what the point of the awakening mission when I have 500 useless stones. I mean, if you already are fully awakened, then yeah, there probably isn't a point in doing that
don't
for
have to
you
do anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe do them on another character if you're trying to fully max out something.
I mean, unless with kind of what we're saying is that if there's an inevitable level cap raise, I'm sure at that point there might be more awakening levels as well too. So
Ice Zero, we don't know. That's a completely separate game. We can't tell you when FunFlow what characters they're going to take from Kritika Online to add into the game. You're just going to have to wait until we announce them eventually. Rehab Incoming wants to know, can you give us a quick hint about the changes to the gold keys? I'm not sure exactly what he's talking about.
As far as my notes go here, Nick, because I do take notes on every single show.
And that's why you're here.
The higher the chest level, the higher the chance to acquire equipment, and the less chance to acquire equipment enhances. So I'm assuming with the gold chest, how you can level it up and stuff like that, the higher the level that you have in there, basically it gives you less chance of acquiring the equipment enhance and more chance of actually acquiring a piece of gear then. So I believe that's really the only change that was coming to that I was aware of then.
So for the Berserker, when the skills are changed, will we have to reset the awakening skills? I mean, that's kind of going to be up to you, just kind of based on what you already have. I think it's going to be very subjective to each individual player. to see what what skills you have. So I would say just wait, and if there's skills in there that you feel you need to reset, then yeah, you're probably gonna have to reset your skills.
Yeah. Now, if the question was, are you getting a free reset?
No.
That I don't believe.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
All right. So after we do this, I'll get into the elite stages then. Say right in 2 seconds. 1 second, and okay.
What are the stats for the Zerx buff with Draco? I don't think we didn't do that much digging.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
You guys are gonna have to do that on your own, man. We got to make you work a little bit. Will there be a possible update that will maybe give a chance to get ethereal gear from gold chest keys? I seriously doubt it. I mean, if they just introduce these 2 new game modes that will have chances to drop the gear, I don't think that they're going to change the gold chests. So what is going to happen with all the excess awakening stones? That's going to be kind of entirely up to you guys, man. Can we expect a Crimson Assassin balance after this update? I have no idea. That's going to be a development decision. I know that they took a lot of the changes that were made to Berserk right now were community-based requests. So hopefully, I mean, they're obviously listening to you guys.
Maybe that kind of follows a good suit of like things to come, where it's like, okay, now that we did this, maybe in the future we'll keep doing these kinds of what kind of changes do you want to see to what class and stuff like that. So understand it's all about finding that balance of like what class is in a position that needs to be buffed and stuff like that. So. Let me hold off on some questions really quickly we're going to go over to elite stages. So elite stages will unlock after you clear episode 10 and stage 9 hell mode. Mm-hmm. So you can enter obviously normal stages by just clicking the big elite button. So what these are, I don't believe once you get in there you have to complete them in any chronological order. I believe they're just open completely from the get-go. The cool thing about these, though, is so for episodes 1 and 2, you'll see they have a question mark on there, and then the rest of them have a specific equipment piece. Mm-hmm. What that basically signifies is each area will have a chance to drop a ethereal helmet, since that was the helmet one, but basically an ethereal version of each gear in those respected slots, with episode 1 and 2 having a chance to drop a random piece. So this is going to be really beneficial for what you're kind of working towards, rather than spending to get ethereal pieces of equipment. You can kind of just go into these modes. Bear in mind, though, that these game modes, though, they aren't called elite for no reason. As you can see here, even level 1 right here, that's 1.7 million CP recommended. 1.75 million CP recommended. So it's going to be pretty crazy. So
why don't you go in and check it out?
Yeah. Elite mode.
So Take Care asking if the game might be on Windows 10. I haven't heard anything about Windows 10. Similar to, right, like when you have something on Android, on iOS, you have to have different builds. I don't believe that we're going to create a specific Windows 10 build. But that's just from what I'm seeing. I have no insight into the actual development of any of those builds. So Wizard, you're going to have to use ethereal pieces to enhance when you're at that, or carrots. In the future, will there possibly be ethereal enhance rings?
I can do it too.
What do you mean, ethereal enhance rings? Because there's the enhanced material. Can you sell the enhanced stones? I don't think so. I do not think so. So, okay, so you got a bronze elite chest.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about those a little bit?
Of course. Let me know too that when I do say though beforehand that ethereal pieces they do have a chance to drop. It's not a guaranteed, by the way. So, but you will always get an elite chest though of some sort. I believe they range from ethereal to I think I've seen silver. There might be bronze chests in there too.
Right.
But essentially what that is, so if we go back to the elite stage menu, you can see in the bottom corner I have chests that I've accumulated throughout my episodes, or that I've completed. Now, each chest ranging, based on the grade, will be opened at a certain time frame. So, for instance, I just got that elite chest, which now I have to wait 4 hours for it to unlock. Or if I want to spend carrots, I can unlock it immediately. So, for instance, I already had episode 8 chest already there. I'm not sure. I think that might have been a gold chest or something like that. But it's got. I'm not sure of the different items that are in there. But I've been told that there's just like various items. I know like lapis is in there, I believe. Just different various equipment grades and stuff like that. Oh, you want to see that? Okay, that one's
somebody was talking about what the CP requirement was going to be for stage 11.
So I've been
3.5 million.
So someone told me that this was a very difficult stage. Maybe I'll try it a couple of times, but that's because usually most of the times for CP requirements, it's basically kind of like a kind of a little bit of a guide. Not necessarily saying you have to be at that area, because I know there's plenty of people out there that can do like a couple thousand more.
I can get, with as difficult as he is, I would say that you're probably looking more towards 4 million CP.
Maybe. That's very possible. Yes. I cry. So I don't know if this, I'm assuming this is probably going to go live, but maybe further down the line we might revisit some of these numbers, because I don't know.
Try it. I want to see you get demolished.
Can I talk about the chest? Really
I'm sorry. Yes, please.
So as like I said, so you have 3 different slots for elite chest, and they will drop in every episode as well too. So before we get the question, you will be able to still do elite stages with 3 chests, I believe. We could probably test that out actually. So essentially, this is kind of more so catering to, like, let's say I play like before I go to bed or whatever, accumulate enough chests, and then just wake up, open them up, and then just like it's one of those things that, like, as the day goes on, you can kind of do them and stuff like that. Or if you just want to invest your carrots into it, you can just unlock it right there instantly, instead of waiting 2 hours. But what's really 2 hours though, right?
I think Bum Chakalaka, I think it's more a return to what Berserker was originally intended to be, right? So I was talking about earlier, when this game first launched, we didn't have the physical and magical specified attacks. So it was just, you had different abilities, and you would just use them. When we implemented the physical and the magical attacks, I think we may have gotten a little too trying to like outthink the room, right? Like, Berserker's supposed to be a big, plotting, strong, rage-filled nightmare. So I think that going back to more of a physical setup is more in line with what the character is traditionally supposed to be.
So our tickets are used for, I believe, re-rolling affixes. And re-rolling affixes, as well as, what is the other version of affixes? Essentially, yeah, just getting different stats on your weapons rather than using carrots on your weapons. And
equipment. So you could re-roll the affix, or you could re-roll the value.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So our ticket, re-roll ticket, boom, crazy.
Yeah?
That's right.
Good. Oh, and you got a silver chest.
Which looks like it's a gold chest.
Yes.
Very misleading.
It is.
Very misleading.
It even has a gold, like, banner in the background, so I don't... That was...
I guess I could try episode 11.
Do it. Don't be... I'm gonna try episode 10 first.
Oh, okay.
Do 10 first, because he's easier. And he's only 3 million. You're okay. So you have over 1 million CP. You have 1 million CP over what the recommended is. So you should have no problem with this.
Although the only thing I might have a problem with is the time. Because the time, I know I tried a couple of these high-end areas before, and the time was the thing that got me, though.
Right. We'll open the chest when we get out of here. Oh, and so for the elite dungeons, you cannot use revives.
Yes.
And you cannot use any helpers. So you are completely reliant on your individual character's damage output. Let's see. Will the reroll attempts ever be removed? Probably not. Master Gara, that can happen in certain levels. That's why I was saying, like, Geese, he's really, really strong. But in the same breath, right, like, you could go in, depending on where you're at, you could go in and be killing levels that are, 120k CP higher than what you're at and not really have a problem. So it kind of works both ways. Change Cat Acrobat's ultimate to a proper AoE. I don't think it was really intended to be a direct AoE.
Yeah.
The direct physical damage is much better. I don't think it was meant to be that. So, any news on a release date next week? What is the minimum CP requirement for playing Elite Stages? There's not a CP requirement. There's a recommended, and the lowest recommended is 1.75 million.
Yep.
But to be able to access the Elite Stages, you will have to kill Armored Geese or Gaius or whatever at least once. I think just on normal mode, right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Master Gara, you missed the perfect opportunity to do perfect instead of perfect. Come on. Come on, man. I got your back, though. Don't worry.
We avoided so many puns. We have done great. We're 40 minutes in, and you just have to drop that dead fish on us.
Nazmo, I'm doing okay. I'm just getting over being a little under the weather, so
oh my goodness. Does the dash skill give you invincibility? No, it does not. What's the easiest way to raise CP? Weapons, gear enhancement, and getting your awakening, like your stats awakening.
Yeah. Primarily to enhancing your weapon, too. Enhancing your weapon is...
No, you could just kill armored on normal to unlock elite stages. Okay, so so why don't you try him again? Why don't you do stage 11, and then while you're doing that, why don't you explain to Oni-chan again what the changes to Berserker are real quickly?
You want me to do it at the same time?
Yes, I do.
That's like expert elite mode right there.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay, yeah. So just basically saying I can proceed, but it's giving me a heads up saying I can't get any more.
So no, why don't we open those chests real quick then?
Sure.
Unless you're stashing carrots.
I could be. You don't know. Ooh.
Okay, so that was out of a bronze chest.
Nice pair of new earrings, huh?
Is the community suggestion based on both Western and Eastern forms? I have no idea. I think that they took them from the Gameville USA forums, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay.
Cool. So, changes to the Berserker essentially are three of his abilities have been changed. So Spiral Strike and Hurricane Slash have been changed from magical attacks to physical attacks now. And Gigantic Full Swing will be changed from a physical to a magical attack. With your buff, once it's awakened, it will also receive a 15% crit buff as well. Beforehand, there was no crit on there. Now we're adding that on there. And then we're basically giving a massive increase to his numbers as far as abilities. So Gigantic Full Swing, Crater Leap are getting about a 300%, 400% increase in terms of damage. And then just Full Breaker, Crater Leap, Tornado Slasher, and Hurricane Slash are all giving more EX gauge filling now. So as you can see, I'm constantly getting my EX ability off of cooldown. So it's great. I'm digging it.
Yeah, Pure Friar. Go ahead and whisper, John, and I'll send it to you. Yes, you do have to wait for the chest to unlock. So it looks like 3 hours for the bronze, 8 hours for the silver. We haven't got the legendary chest. I'm going to say if we're going kind of based on those times, it's probably 12 hours.
Yeah, I think the max that one of our producers said they've seen it at is about 12 hours.
Okay. There's 2 magical skills available for Berserker now once these changes go into effect.
Yeah, so I think that would be Gigantic Full Swing and... What was the other one? I can't remember the other one off the top of my head. I'll check it out in the skills, though.
Yuri, the majority of the costumes, you're going to run out of time.
Yeah.
The majority of the costumes have the same stats. You're going to want to make sure because there's avatars that go on sale that have those same stats, but then there's also certain like wings, I believe, that have lower stats that are constantly cheaper. So just make sure to compare compare the stats before you buy them. But yes, there are avatars that we put on sale that will give you the same stats as a full-priced avatar. So just kind of check in the shop and look.
And then on a side note, I wanted to mention that I believe we're changing a couple of the login rewards too. I believe every 2 weeks now you'll be getting an ethereal piece of equipment, as well as you can now acquire 2 legendary pets, I believe. I'm not sure what the rate of the legendary pets is, but every 2 weeks is going to be an ethereal piece of equipment now.
I'm sorry, Sushi. We'll have John fix that for you.
We see you, Sushi, though. Hello.
Yeah, Joe said he's been playing a lot of League with you guys.
True.
Have you been embarrassing him? Showing him how to play?
Nah, man. And yes, before everyone says anything, yes, I do have a full set of Ethereal Plus gear.
Yes.
On here. It's a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
Let me just clear out some space here really quickly. Excuse me. All right, let's see if I can do this again, though.
Can I get ethereal gear each time I clear the elite stage? No, it's a chance to drop ethereal gear.
Yeah,
but you can run them as many times as you want. So for all of you high-end guys who are trying to get new ethereal stuff, you can just run specific episodes if you're looking for what you...
Trophies, yes. Hell mode and elite stages are 2 separate things. So hell mode is essentially an additional difficulty on normal stages in the campaign section, and then the elite stages are basically just additional harder stages, essentially. So elite stages will basically give you a chance to drop a piece of those specific item gears, as you can see in the little display above the episodes, while normal stages for the hell mode, while some of the stages don't have them, the boss stages will have chances to drop ethereal pieces in there as well, too.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Weebles. It sounds chaotic, though. Have ethereal meteorites been confirmed? Nope. No, all 3 don't unlock at the same time. It's based on what type of chest you get. So if you get a bronze chest, it's going to be like 3 hours. If you get a silver chest, it's going to be 8 hours.
I'm wasting way too much
Any
time.
improvement to melee? Not that I know of. Let's see. That definitely sounds like D&D gone wrong. Your character's so cute compared to Joe. Well, I mean, he's a very hungry, pumpkin-headed man, so I don't think that cute was what he was going for. Maybe stamina requirements being decreased. I seriously doubt it. We give you guys a ton of stamina every day. Between all of your friend points, the stamina that just gets given out to you, I really don't think that stamina is an actual issue in this game. Can you please explain how you upgraded to plus 35 and how to install opals? So I think we went over opals a few weeks ago when they were brought out. You want to give AFK Mermaid a little refresher on how to equip the opals?
Yeah, so opals, what you have to do is essentially there's a carve section, which actually, let me give you, once we get out of here, I'll give you a crash course. But essentially opals will be once you carve a piece of gear, it basically opens up a gem slot in like the piece of gear. So then you could basically just slot those opals into your gear to give you like benefits and stuff like that.
Sorry, Dark. Evil Lord.
I did worse this time.
I must have missed your questions. What is that?
It's the AC.
No, I mean, like, there's a rattling and it's starting to drive me crazy.
Someone.
Yeah, seriously, can you hear that?
Yeah, I think it's just the vent up here. It's a very unstable vent.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so what you'd have to do is obviously have a piece of your gear over there, and then you could basically, once you do, as soon as it stops loading, you can basically use either carrots or an identical piece of equipment grade to basically get an additional socket in there, and then you could just put one of your opals as well as your other any other piece in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I hear that humming now too, and it's driving me crazy. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this though. The time frame is what's killing me here.
Dark/Magician, we forgot to give you your pre-launch avatar, like when the game launched. Dude, we can't fix that for you. You're going to have to contact customer support.
Rehab, that's a very enticing proposal. Especially straight out of the get-go, you're talking about divorce when you're proposing to me.
No, if he's gonna marry you, there's definitely gonna be a prenup, and
yeah, exactly.
Carrots will not be involved in that.
That's messed up.
Give you a code for what? We haven't used coupon codes in like 6-7 months.
In ages.
Yeah, so you're probably not gonna give a code. You're probably not gonna get a code. All right, it's all right. Glad you're here. Glad you're enjoying the game. What's the easiest way to want carrots?
What?
I mean, I would think that, you know, sitting down in a nice, comfortable chair, maybe, you know, a hot cup of tea or whatever your preferred beverage is, and just kind of, you know, maybe wear some comfortable clothes.
So stupid.
You know, whatever your thinking pose is, and then just really want those carrots. If you're talking about like farming carrots, you probably just want to do like, you know, do your PvP. We give away a ton of carrots doing all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly easy to farm carrots, right? You just kind of have to be. I think the hardest part is resisting the temptation to spend small increments of carrots, because you're saving and you're like, oh, I mean, it's only, you know, 25 carrots to revive or something like that. I really want to get through this stage. So I would say just stay strong, don't spend your carrots, do your PvP stuff, and just kind of stack your currency like that.
Dang it, man. I keep getting it down to the wire.
No, man, this is just a zipper. This isn't an actual shirt. I don't remember what my answer was to you, Dark Shadow Slayer, so maybe just ask your question again. I'll just answer it again. Are you guys ever thinking about making a Kritika anime? Yeah, the trailer for Eclair was so good. I was really excited to see that and to see that animation style. I really hope that they can do something like that going forward.
Sushi B asking the straight up questions. Are you wearing anything underneath it?
I don't know. That might be after the show.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
We might have an after show. You know, subscriber only. We'll have the after show and we'll find out.
Oh,
this
man.
show does.
You got me good.
So
yeah, the time I think is the biggest enemy in this in these encounters.
Hold up, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Watch your video stream and want to know. Hold on a second. I want to get this because I've asked this guy. Okay. So Dark Evil Lord wants to know what about how the Draco +1 works, and then Blood Demon player needs advice about what pet better without Moloch or Baphomet.
As far as the so what was the first question?
The Draco +1. He wants to know how that works.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea. Actually, I'm not entirely sure about the Draco +1.
How it helps the skill? Doesn't it help the skill?
Does it? All right, you would probably know more than that.
I've never had an ethereal pet.
Neither have I. This is on the.
You have countless. You have countless.
Countless what? Man, you're just like throwing that at me like I have countless ethereal pets.
Can we give you any hints or tell you what the next character will be? I mean, we could, but we're not going to. Sorry.
I guess, and then for Blood Demon, as far as pets, I mean, we've always put a strong emphasis on for pets. It's all about like your game mode type that you're working towards. So I know, obviously, you said without saying Moloch or Baphomet, since those basically just give you the HP and MP. But I mean, for like Monster Wave and stuff like that, I think Walpurg is pretty good. I also like the stuns for in Tower Tribulation with Draco. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, like other than those two that you basically said, without the exception of those two, I like those Walpurg and Draco just because of the utility they bring into Monster Wave and Tower Tribulation.
Okay, so Dark Shadow Slayer, the timers all run independently of each other, so it's just whenever you get it, the timer will start. They don't, they're not synced up together. What is the success rate of getting an ethereal pet by evolving a legendary? For me, it's 0% because I have never gotten one. But some people get much luckier than I do. I don't have an exact percentage for you. When will Kritika on PC be for EU or US players? I seriously doubt that it will. But last week I was discussing with a couple of people. There is a way to play the Korean version. You're going to have to go online and kind of find out exactly what you need to do, but I know that there absolutely is a way that you can play the Korean version of Kritika online. Again, it's going to be all in Korean, but if you really want to play the game, you can absolutely do that. What's the fastest way to acquire meteorites? I think maybe daily dungeons.
Daily dungeons, yeah.
Yeah, daily dungeons are usually...
I would check the black market occasionally.
Well, black market, and then I know it's kind of whatever, but doing like first clears for a lot of the stages, a lot of the later stages give you meteorites, so maybe you just do that. Will Kritika have an ending? Hopefully not.
Yeah.
We'd have nothing to talk about on this show. There are 2 slots open for characters. Are we going to get new characters? You probably will. And if so, when can we expect them? We can't really tell you that. Yeah. Everyone in my guild has excessive awakening stones, and the characters, are we ever going to be able to move them to different characters? I seriously doubt that as well. Yes, like seriously, I'm a killjoy. You're right.
No.
I thought you're a killjoy. Well, because I kept saying like and seriously, so I thought, yeah. Sorry. No, you're okay.
Hey, man, first step to realizing that is knowing that you say like a lot.
Why don't you just play the game?
Okay, all right, cool.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you out here, man. Come on, man.
No, Tropheus. There's an actual Kritika online, like, PC MMO, and that's what they were talking about. It's only available in Korea, but US and European player can... I know, Regent, I'm sorry. American and European players can play the Korean version, but they have to do some gymnastics to get to that. How do I change servers? I don't believe you can change servers. All right, Purifier, take it easy. Are we ever going to be able to log in multiple characters on the same account from different devices? No, that's crazy talk. Let's see. I love how this stream has 518 plus watchers and has serious questions, but the After Pulse one has 50. There's random questions about everything. Hey, man, people are very excited about this game. They want to know a bunch of stuff.
Different strokes for different folks.
Did both Awakened versions of Hurricane Slash and Full Break animation change with the revamp?
I don't believe so. No.
Can you
knowledge.
personally increase the chances of getting ethereals?
I'll do everything in my power. Yeah, let me.
How much CP do you need to clear Elite Stage 8? We can go ahead and look at that for you in just a moment, Ren.
Stage 8?
What would you say the best way to promote my guild is, other than myself? So I would go on forums, Facebook, stuff like that. Advertise your guild. Say, hey, we're a fun, friendly this. Maybe put in some accolades like, hey, we did this and this and this last, guild battle or something like that. And just really just kind of promote your guild. If you have like social media stuff, get on there. Be real fun, be real inclusive. Use a lot of exclamation points. I guess
all caps too.
If you have somebody that can maybe draw, maybe design a guild logo, something like that, that'd be cool.
Highest combo, I think with like my Blood Demon, but it was on a test build. I think I got up to like 500 or something like that. I want to say. Mm-hmm. And then how many elite stages are under 1 million? 0. Level 1 requires 1.75 million CP, or is suggested. Remember, guys, the CP is usually kind of like for like a little bit of a guide saying like, oh, you should be in this area. But like I told Nick, there's plenty of people I know out there that have done, at least a couple 100,000 above, or they've been below a couple 100,000.
Get some food, Sushi. We can't have you passing out of hunger with your Oculus on your head. We can't have you getting any concussions. Let's see.
Someone wanted to see the...
Somebody actually asked a question that I was going to answer, but I don't remember what it was. Don't you think that there's something wrong with arena balance? That's such a... I feel like, me personally, no. And the reason I feel that way is because I feel like we fall into this trap that everything has to be balanced, right? Like I know somebody mentioned earlier, you guys need to rebalance some class because she doesn't do well in Tower Tribulation. That's kind of the point, right? Like, you look at Cat Acrobat. She's not good in Monster Wave, right?
Right.
It's just her attacks and her abilities do not lend themselves to Monster Wave. But she's phenomenal in other game modes. So I think that is important, right? Like, there's no game that you're going to play that everything is balanced straight across the board for every single game mode. Because what's really the point of having different class variances at that point, right? So I think that balancing just like tweaking a character just to balance for a certain game mode, I think is maybe a little short-sighted in terms of what you're really looking for out of the characters.
I personally like the fact that you like certain characters or certain classes, even in any game, excel at certain different things. You know what I mean? It gives you kind of like, I don't know, maybe I get really just like prideful and like, I built this character this way, or I targeted this class for this specific kind of thing, and then it's always a bummer when like a company were to like update and be like, oh well, now everyone can do this and everything is like this. You know what I mean? So it's like it kind of takes away the uniqueness of certain characters or appeal.
Take it easy, Weebles.
Bye, Weebs.
Will there be a way to play PvP manually and against a friend, not a random player? So the manual PvP, I can almost assure you that that's not going to happen, because it's just a nightmare for platforms, right? And then playing against friends, that's kind of fun, but again, I don't see that happening. You may be able to select a friend and like play against their AI, but I don't see it being like a straight up real time PvP.
And then for the person who did ask, Elite Stage 8 requires 2.5 million CP.
Okay.
2.5.
When is the update? The update's going to be next week. Let's see. It's okay. So let me clarify. It's not that you can't hit like gold caps and stuff like that with Cat Acrobat, but if you take a character like a Demon Blade, or I know Dark Valkyrie was real good for a while, and it's not the same. You know, clears are so much easier. You don't have to do as much movement. You know, you could still hit your gold caps. I'm not saying that. It's just for the actual modes. There are some classes that tend to be much, I wouldn't say balanced, but much more player friendly, right? Let's see. Is there a limit to master levels? I don't believe there's a limit to master levels, but there's definitely a cap on all of the skills.
Yeah, I think attack has like a 999 cap, right? And then like certain ones have like 50
right
cap on it.
Let's see. Well, no, I was saying at a point she was. I don't know if she still is. I was using her as an example because she has such a wide range on her attacks that your movement isn't as much as with other characters.
So Dark Evil Lord did ask though something about. I know. Do you want to kind of revisit the whole what we're trying to do with the potential like streams as far as like time watch and stuff like that, like a new kind of reward system that we're considering?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we could talk about that a little bit. So what we're going to be doing is rehab. We're going to be streaming for probably another hour. We have. I've been working with our producers to provide you guys a little bit of an extra layer, and to kind of reward you guys who, you know, you show up, you watch our show, you listen to my ridiculousness twice a week. You know, you have to deal with John leaving speakers on and stuff like that. So we wanted to give you guys, we wanted to basically kind of give back to you guys a little bit. So what we are going to be doing, and you guys are going to start accruing points now, but we're not going to be releasing the lists for a little while, is so for every minute that you're watching the stream, while the stream is live, not when we go offline, you guys just sit and chat.
Leave it on, yeah.
Right. For every minute that you watch a live stream, you will be getting essentially like Gameville points. At a certain point, you'll be able to redeem these points for in-game things. So, say for example, and these numbers are completely arbitrary, so don't, you know, take this as actual, you know, set in stone stuff.
Confirmed, right? Yeah.
Right. Confirmed values.
Yeah.
Is, say if you have like 500 points and you want to buy a couple hundred carrots in Kritika, you can use those points to redeem, you can redeem those points for those carrots in the game. And we have a SQL database that's going to track everything. You know, we're going to coordinate with the producers and get you guys your stuff sent out as you redeem. No, it will not give you VIP levels. It's not Game Evil. It is Gameville. No, your Twitch account won't matter. You will need to have a Twitch account, but you obviously do because you're talking in chat. So it's, you guys are getting way too tied up in the minutia right here with the link to the game name. You guys just, seriously, you don't ask how the sausage is made, you just eat the sausage. And the sausage that we are giving you is the ability to watch the stream and get in-game rewards.
I'm waiting for someone to quote that right there. So.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Thanks, Nubist. We appreciate it. What is this? Sausage.
You guys are terrible.
Oh, man. That's so good.
No, it would just be like Nick said, time watched. You know, so it's more about like who, like the guys that like come in and like watch our streams and stuff like that, and then you'll eventually. I believe there'll be a way for you to track your points, how much points you have.
Yes, there will be a way to track your points. No, you do not have to ask questions to get points. You just have to be eat the sausage. You just have to be in watching the stream when it's live and have an active Twitch account. What does the violet sphere around the stage bosses do?
I want to say it's just like an additional shield.
I think it's an additional shield.
Yeah, because I saw that before. Like I literally like it's so big, but at that point, like it was like 5 minutes before we went on. I didn't have time to figure that out. So hopefully, if we get Pete, who's one of our producers on the game, to come into chat, maybe we can confirm that. But I believe it's all it is an additional shield, though.
Spuck. I really wish I could tell you that we're probably going to do more premium games. I seriously doubt it, man. So, will you live stream how to eat a sausage? Probably not. We want to keep our channel. Let's see. What character is the worst in your opinion, Joe?
That's such a loaded question, though, right? Because it's like, what is the right answer here? I mean, I feel like with like a lot of the recent changes, like for me, I would say prior to like all these buffs and stuff like that, I would say Dark Valkyrie was in a bad spot. But since some of the rebalances with her and the Shadow Mage, I kind of feel like right now the most lackluster, I would probably say Cat Acrobat.
I would probably have to agree.
Would you agree with that?
I would probably have to agree.
So, I mean, maybe that's a good enough case to see what we can do in the future for her. But I just feel like, yeah, she's probably one of the, I'd say, if the only one that we haven't really done much with in terms of like buffs and revisiting and stuff like that. So
okay, so a couple of things. Snappable, that's great to hear. I'm glad you downloaded the game. Glad you enjoy it. Glad you like the stream. We love having you guys. 2, changes to Arena. Probably not. That's not going to happen. And then somebody else was asking of her, saying we should stream every day. Well, we don't stream in a Gameville capacity every day. I don't know about Joe. I don't know if he has his stream. I don't believe so. I do have a stream that I don't advertise because it's booty. But we are on Twitch in some form or faction almost every day.
I'd like to just say that was not a personal attack towards Cat Acrobats in any way.
No, it was. No, it was. No.
I would not. I would rather not be cut by all the Cat Acrobats.
Lily, no, we do not. We do appreciate it though. You can come to my stream and donate to me, but it's not bad.
I'd like to retract my statement and say Dark Valkyrie and both Cat Acrobat are the best. I'm sorry.
No. You don't have gems in your accessories. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Wow, how did you like? I literally showed that screen for like a good like minute. Wow, that was a good pickup on that.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, now I'm on like a crusade. I'm gonna be stumping for Cat Acrobat as the worst character.
You're the worst.
Do you guys play other mobile games aside from Kritika? Yeah, man, it's our job. Thank you, Lily. We appreciate it. You have VIP and it's freaking expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are only opals, though.
Honestly, Rehab, that's like a development decision, man. That's something that goes into a game cycle, really. If you're looking towards even just creation, development, and publishing.
Bye,
right?
Divine. Thanks for stopping by.
Take it easy, Divine.
Hope to see you soon. Not personally, but in the stream again.
No, definitely show up personally.
Yeah, no.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's weird.
Will there be another event similar to Draw a Star? I have no idea. That seems like a community thing. You'd have to ask Liz over on the forums.
That would be 1.68 million for Hell level 9. Campaign 9. Campaign 10, Level 9, sorry. I'll just go play that now. Bam!
But yeah, as I was saying, I kind of lost train of my thought there for a second. As I was saying, in terms of VIP, that's conceptualized way back in early game development, man. So I really can't give you any insight. Well, I mean, I probably can, right? Like, people want to make money, so they're going to do that. But that goes into early conceptualization of titles. Is Season Effect going to be Berserker?
Ooh, usually, I can't confirm, but usually when we do changes like this, I would say 99% of the time we usually change it to whatever character is like kind of like that dominant character for that update. So I would probably, I'd be surprised if it wasn't, to be honest.
What days do we stream? We stream on Wednesdays from 12 to 2 Pacific time. Excuse me. And then Friday from 5 to 6 Pacific time.
Yeah, I know, that was pretty bad, Hunter, sorry. I don't believe we can. I know we've had a couple people asking. I don't believe I've been given permission to show avatars. That's been something that...
other than the loading screen.
Other than the loading screen stuff, yeah. So
we have to keep it a surprise.
Yeah. So, once again, yes, you can get, as you can see, Lapis from the new Hell Mode dungeon, so...
Lee for Tekken. I don't know who the new character for the PC version is, but I'm just going to say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good guess. Yeah, it always gets, because we usually do stream on Tuesdays around lunchtime, so you can tell when people are taking up all the bandwidth by just watching episodes of whatever, you know, so we usually try to do our best, though, to try to avoid it, so apologize ahead of time if there is any hiccups.
We someday buff trainers. They kind of scale, right? So your new character, like your Eclair trainer, is much stronger than your Cat Acrobat trainer. You know, they should probably look into that. Honestly, Demon Blade needs more power. Maybe. Why does the game only advertise certain streams instead of all of them? Like, so when you get push notifications and stuff for this stream, that's what I'm thinking you're asking. That's actually kind of simple. They don't want you turning off their game to come watch us stream a different game.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Yes, Gameville is a publisher. All of the games are ours to publish, but you know, these producers have individual quotas and everything that they need to hit for their individual games. So I don't necessarily begrudge them for not wanting us to take their players away from their game and have them come watch us talk about a game that they could potentially like leave their game for, right? So Mastagara, we've had internet problems with this building since we moved in, so I absolutely believe that it could be our stuff. Did you crash? Oh no.
No.
This stream did freeze for me for a second.
Woo! It was the anticipation. That's all.
When will we improve the cat? She is getting weak to upgrade. Well, she's weak. She's the worst character in Kritika, right, Joe? I'm starting my crusade, man. I'm drawing a line in the sand. Yeah. Line in the sand.
Get a better building.
We're trying.
Let's just do
We're
that.
trying to get a
right
building. Make cat good again. Let's see.
I feel like we're gonna walk outside and just a bunch of like pitchfork mobs with cats like nah. No,
they're so
not real cats, but
my cat will haunt you. That's fine. It's gonna be a weak ghost.
Damn. I'm done with this. Turn off the stream. We're done with that one. After that was not. I did not associate myself with that comment, guys. I'm on the opposite side. Can we just split the screens now so that I'm on this side, please? I don't want to. That was
so good.
Oh wow.
So good.
So sad.
Oh man. I just love to see the reactions. You know, worst character is gonna be subjective, but.
Wow, guys.
So good.
It's all fun and games until we bring out the sick burns like that.
Oh man. Oh, it's so good.
You proud of yourself with that one, man?
I really am.
The crowd has turned.
I'm really proud of
Just
myself for that one.
Whew.
You know,
Whew.
it was good.
That's sad.
Let's
Well, let
see.
me ask you. Okay, so now that we're on the subject, though, what, especially for you guys out there that already feel the cat acrobats, or don't touch the cat acrobat, don't do this. If we were to do anything, what do you feel like would be like the top? I would say 2 things that really needs to put the cat acrobat in a good position. Or if you feel maybe 3 things, like what is about the cat acrobat personally that you guys feel would just need to be kind of done to kind of help her get to a more stable spot?
Like for me, probably a gather.
A gather ability?
Well, not even an ability, but like everybody now on their, well, not everybody, but most everybody, they either have range or their physical attacks will gather enemies when they get hit, right? Which cat acrobat really doesn't have. Give her immorality.
Immorality?
Whoa, I don't think immorality is gonna help her.
Okay, that's a good one. The distance on her XE. I know that's been a couple of people have brought that up as well too.
Right.
You don't like that?
Oh god.
Dude, right there, dude. I'll do the new voice for the cat acrobat. I got it. I got it. Yeah, so that's what I thought too, Master. Is like, while her basic abilities don't, or basic attacks don't have like a gather, I know like, but I mean that's only one, right? I don't think, or what is the other one that she does? It's the magic burst one or whatever that does like a big blue ball of energy. Doesn't that gather people up too into it?
Yeah, well, that's what last game we were saying that Blue Path has a lot of gathering abilities, which is good. I was saying more for like auto attacks, but yeah, absolutely you could go that way.
Brain splitter. There you go.
Yeah.
Brand splitter. Brain splitter. Good old brand splitter.
Wow.
Oh, gold chest hype. What's gonna be in this one? All right, let's take some guess. I want to take some guesses though at this though, because I know we have a lot of reluctant 10 Sapphire fans out there.
Right.
So what do we think? What are we thinking here, huh?
I don't know.
pretty good.
HSTVCJ. I do not have those percentages in front of me. Sorry, man. You may want to ask somebody on the forums. They may be able to help you out with that a little bit more. More ring enhances. Woo!
20 Sapphire. Exodus, man, come on. Hey, at least there was one ethereal ring enhance in there. Come on.
So good.
Come on.
So good.
Come on.
Blue lamb potions. I'm saving them forever. Yeah, that is annoying. Those stupid.
Oh yeah, those things are yeah. Those things are annoying.
Why is this so hard to get ethereal pets? I don't know. I still don't have one. This game hates me. I've just about capped out my upgrades. Well, you're ahead of the curve, man, because you're one of the only. You're in a small percentile. When can we combine ethereal enhances? That might be coming, but it's not going to be in this update.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a legendary pet too. Not as hard.
Yeah, it's not. I feel like there is a big drastic difference between combining epic pets to get into legendary ones, and then the legendary to get,
Right. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, because ethereal plus items are about a month old?
Can you start doing some hell modes?
About a month old? Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what he's doing right now. Trophius? God.
Thanks for getting me in trouble, Trophius.
Yeah. The way to expose me not paying attention.
Big plans for the 2-year anniversary for Kritika. Ooh.
Canceling? No. I'm kidding.
Oh.
That's not at all gonna happen.
Oh.
I'm sure we're gonna have something amazing planned for Kritika for the 2-year anniversary.
Nick is on fire today. What is going on? I guess to answer your question, we don't know what is going on.
No, we're absolutely gonna have something big planned for the
Yeah,
team.
real killjoy over here now, dude. The title has been given over here.
Oh man.
So cutthroat, man.
Oh man. It's
Yeah,
just I
exactly,
cannot wait.
exactly.
I cannot wait for the forum post. The confirmed Kritika shutting down for 2-year anniversary. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Can the pets do something other than buff and follow around? No, they're just lazy pets.
I mean, I know
I can assure you that I am not getting pay cuts for that. I can absolutely assure you. When's the actual date for the 2-year? It's gotta be.
the real questions right there.
It's gotta be soonish. We'll start having a bunch of stuff. I mean, you'll see it. We'll start ramping up for the 2-year stuff. It's not shutting down. Oh my goodness.
You see what you've done. You see what you've done.
Oh,
Are you proud of yourself?
I
Are you proud
actually
of the
am.
position that you put yourself in now?
I actually am.
Costume for pet. That's actually a great. I know that's something that's has been brought up. I would say a couple months ago on our stream. And like I know I've always been a huge fan of like pets for costumes or something like that. You know. So yeah, that would definitely be something I would love to see in like future installments of Kritika. Then, unfortunately, sorry AFK Mermaid, we can't show off any of the new avatars, mainly because I've not been given the go-ahead to show that off. So apologies for that. July 15th. There you go.
Well, one person said August, one person said July. So I would just say towards the end of summer. Is what
Summertime.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
I believe the patch note should be. I think they might be going up in the next day or so, just because I know
They might be released by Friday.
in the next 2 days. Then,
Maybe.
yeah, just because I know. I was talking to the producers over here, so they usually patch notes will follow kind of the shows and stuff like that. But since this is a Wednesday preview show, because usually when we do Friday shows, they usually go out like after we kind of introduce everything. So.
Arkmark, yes, ethereal items can drop in hard modes as well as elites. And Lily Yuki wants to know how fire your mixtape is.
What?
How good is your mixtape?
I mean, it doesn't.
And gaming says you're poop.
I'm poop.
Yeah.
You are poop. Thanks.
Yeah. But how fire is your mixtape?
I like how R is a pronoun.
Yeah.
How? I mean, it's pretty much dynamite. If I do say so myself. It's
Not a good selling point. It's dynamite.
It's got a little Clapton on there.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's got a little. We kind of bring it new school. Get a little of the Killers in there. We're kind of just all over the place in the realm of just rock. So.
Where can we find super clear details about the inner mechanics of the game? Okay, so.
So he's like.
Wow. I would say, and I'm not 100% on this, but you may want to check the Korean forums. I believe Naver Cafe, because they have. So Korea has what is it? Disclosure laws, I believe, in terms of for gachapon and stuff like that, where you have to display chances of, what are the chances for you to get something in a crate or something like that. I don't know if that's going to apply for everything that you're looking for, but you may be able to find some answers on the Korean forums where they have a little bit more access to internal data than we would have. No, we cannot show you the new skins. Why is this game called The White Knights? It's just a chapter of the game, right? So instead of saying Kritika Chapter 2, it was just, this is just kind of what the chapter's called, The White Knights.
Actually, I'm going to go back and do this.
Let's see. Does Hell Mode get the same buff as Hard 2 levels? I guess.
I don't think you can handle it, Lily. I don't think you can handle that at all.
Full Breaker, Red Path. Well, I mean, if Burst Breaker ever gets put into the game, I'm sure a full red path would be nice. No problem, AFK Mermaid. Raise the amount of avatars. We're trying, man.
I mean, without raising the amount of avatars, I mean, I can say, because I failed to mention already, the avatar collection will actually receive a, and the stream is freezing, oh god, will actually receive max capacity limit of +5, so now you'll be able to hold 25 rather than 20. So, I mean, does that kind of help at all for you? Does that do anything for you? I'm here to assist you.
Can you show the CP requirement for 10.9 hell mode, please?
10.9 hell mode, you got it.
Yeah, Sir Lala, we're not going to do that. Give me a raisin that I can't handle your mixtape. I mean, I think that if I gave you a raisin, it would probably have to be one that you. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how a raisin would tie into that.
Or if you're looking for a reason, which is I believe what you meant to say, instead Nick decided to just go down that path. Reason being is because just too cool for school. That was terrible. It was terrible.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I know you weren't. As you know, you barely paid attention.
I do know what you mean, Lily. I would say a reason why you can't handle it is maybe it was bad. I don't know.
Or it doesn't exist.
Or it doesn't exist.
That's the main reason.
How often is balancing done? Because it seems like a Claire was kind of broken damage-wise compared to others upon release. So with the, I mean, developers are always kind of looking into, you know, what may be faltering, what isn't. A lot of times, though, changes are made based on consensus community stuff. So, like with this Berserker changes, a lot of the changes were highly requested community changes. So while I can't give you like oh yeah, we balance every month or something like that, it's basically when there's, you know, there's enough of a consensus to essentially make a change.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys did participate in the whole Berserker change buff though, but there was a forum thread, and you know, we have some numbers as far as like, oh, like there was like a good like 65% of you guys wanted, like I said, more constant damage from the Berserker, so that's why we were like, okay, cool, let's introduce some crit then into his buff skill. And then you know, a lot of you guys wanted more physical attacks rather than the magical attacks because you felt that as a Berserker, you know, big sword wielding dude, he should be more focused on that. So that's why we said, okay, cool. We'll instead of doing 4 physical, 3 magical, let's do 5 physical, 2 magical. So yeah, and it really does open up the door though for potentially doing this for other classes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know, I know we, all jokes aside about, you know, the cat and stuff like that, this would be a great opportunity to be like, hey, if you do a cat mains out there, what do you like? What don't you like? What do you feel could be done differently? You know, to you know, you might have your, you know, your ideas or your set in mind with the way she is now. But if we were to do something different, what could we do? So it does really, you know, pave the way for the future of like, you know, balancing and how we go about doing these kinds of things. You know.
Nurcasey. So I'm gonna say Crimson Assassin, Eclair, or Blood Demon are 3 really good characters that you could kind of mess around with, and they're very easy clears.
Yeah, the language filter has always been such a nuisance. I know.
Yeah, the language filter is a constant battle. I wish I had a better answer for you guys, man. I could tell you right now that you're not the only one that is frustrated with this.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets to where I don't talk because I don't want to deal with it anymore. Let's see.
And that would be 1.68 million for CP requirement for 10.9 Hell.
How much?
1.68 million.
That's a lot.
Thank you, Nick. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
And gonna just repeat it in case you guys did miss it. So for Hell Stages, it is unlocked after episode 1, stage 6, and then you must clear the respected difficulty in the previous episodes to enter Hell mode. Hell mode does have a first-time clear bonus. As you guys seen throughout the show, you can get ethereal pieces of equipment as well as lapis that drop in there. And then for Elite, Elite is unlocked after clearing episode 10, stage 9. These will be unlocked all from the get-go. I'm told they're all unlocked from the get-go, so you don't have to clear them in any sort of order. The only thing that you would really have a roadblock with was just the CP requirement for these. Each stage does offer a piece of ethereal specific equipment. So 1 and 2 will offer a random piece as signified by the question mark on there, and then stages 3 through 11, as you can see, each will offer its own piece of equipment that you can work towards in that area. So I don't know actually if there's a first-time clear bonus for the Elite stages. I would venture to say no, just so that when they are there, you'll be pleasantly surprised. No. No.
So to the person that was saying that they crashed during guild battle, that's something that you're going to have to talk to support about, man. We have no control over stability of guild battle, but yeah, I mean, we do know. I know that there's absolutely a problem with that.
Level 1, or episode 1, stage 6, the very first Hell mode CP requirement will be 350,000.
Take it easy, Rehab. Lily, since you have the MLB Gameville game, are you ever thinking about doing a football game? No. And it's very simple. Madden is exactly why we're not going to do a football game.
That's a good reason. Good enough
What's
reason.
your opinion on My Little Pony? I think it's uncomfortable for the rest of us.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
I will say that I don't judge people by what they are into. I watch some stupid stuff myself. You know what I mean? I love the movie Kung Pao. I think it's hysterical in every way. Is it stupid? Yes, it's completely stupid. So for me to sit here and say that people who watch My Little Pony, it's like, hey, if that's what you're into.
Well, I mean, you like the Power Rangers too. So,
I love the Power Rangers. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. Because you know my distaste.
Amazing show. I once met the Green Ranger at McDonald's when I was a kid. And then a couple years later, I found out that really wasn't the Green Ranger, and I was really just upset.
You were just a racist kid who thought you met the Green Ranger?
I literally thought, well, he was in the full costume, so I was like, oh, dude, that's Tommy. I love this guy. Oh, it's cool. And then a couple of years later, my life was shattered when I realized it was just probably some
kid who thought you were just the total fanboy. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Die Hard is amazing.
Die Hard is is hard not to watch. Okay,
there we go.
I was saying, like, it's hard to watch.
I actually used to go to Nakatomi Plaza.
Really?
I worked for a company who their headquarters was that building, and every time, man, I just geeked out every time I had to go down there.
That's super sweet, though.
Yeah. So 2 mil CP gets to what number in Elite? I want to say probably 3.
Yeah, because if the first one's about 1.7, you could probably do 3. 3 might be difficult with 2 million, but you could probably do it, though.
What's up, Neos Chaos? Did you have a question or something like that, man? I must have missed it if you had a question. What do you think about the Russian community? I think that they're very passionate gamers, man. Like, they like their games, and when things aren't right, they get upset, and I can appreciate that sort of devotion.
For which class, Seabiscuit? Because usually I think with a couple of classes aside, I usually like to focus on magic or physical attack percent, magic attack percent, and then usually I like to focus on magic defense, physical defense, damage reduction, stuff like that, and then maybe follow up with HP for and then intertwine all those into affixes and stuff like that as well.
Mm-hmm. When you start streaming, would we like to be hosted? When you start streaming, we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You sent 1 billion questions. I doubt that you actually sent 1 billion questions.
We can start with one question.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have a 1 or 2 questions, you can absolutely ask them, and if we are able to, we will answer them for you. Which offers a greater chance of an ethereal item drop, elite or hell mode? I mean, without seeing, without being able to see the numbers, I would say probably elite, but that's just an assumption on my part.
As far as there, I know I always bring it up, but as far as additional damage, I feel like for that you have to be a little more or a little more properly geared for additional damage to really take effect.
Okay, so trading systems are not going to happen.
Oh no.
That's not how that works. Any news on the OSTs? Dark, I told you literally 2 months ago that I had OSTs for you, and you did not get back to me.
Ooh.
Yeah. Any date for the update? It should be next week. We do not have subs. Let's see. Just started a week ago and got Kat and Eclair both to 70 with at least 30 subs. How do I raise my CP up fast? I would say so. Awakening, getting your passive stats increased is a good way to increase your CP. Your weapon and your gear enhances. Your weapon first, though. And yes, I did, Dark Shadow. When will you guys buff Cat Acrobat? It's so frustrating to play with her. She has no damage at all. You may be late to the stream, but I was killing Cat Acrobat earlier. So, yeah. I don't know when that's going to happen. Hashtag sausage stream. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm going to go to a weird place.
Yeah, look what you've done. Look what you've done. Asking the typical... Man, you guys are a blast. Today has been a good day. You guys have been full of interesting questions. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. Interesting is a good enough way of describing today's show. You know.
There's been some really good questions. There's been some good questions. Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, the date. Unfortunately, we can't release the date as far as when the Kritika update's going. But just know that if this were to have been a Friday show, usually our Friday shows signify that the update's coming sometime at the beginning maybe of next week.
Neo's Chaos, so I mean that's not a bad idea, but the problem is if you have crashes and stuff like that, people are going to get upset because they feel like they don't have a legitimate shot at getting that stuff. So I mean while that seems like a good idea in theory, I just don't think in practice that it would work very well. No, Lily, that's not going to happen. Yeah. What do you mean, ask upset? I don't get it.
What do you recommend a player with plus 35 gear and best stats? I mean, yeah, doing PvP is good. I mean, start working. I mean, really start. Me and Nick have had conversations about this before, where it's like, bringing in Dragon Blaze into the equation. Like, okay, what do I want to do? What am I looking to do? It's like you really have to find out what you are working towards in the game. So if you are, wanting to, tackle Tower of Tribulation and be in the top for that one, like, okay, how, start building towards that. Splitting up your resources or splitting up your meteorites or whatever it is into to do everything. It's just not going to be valuable if you want to because if you have that amount of gear and that plus enhance on that. Really start figuring out, okay, I want to start doing this, in this game mode. So it's really hard to kind of come up with one answer for what should you be doing. What would you like to do is more so my question back to you. Let's have a discussion rather than me just answering you guys.
Actually, let's not, because I want to introduce it.
Okay.
No discussion. So somebody was asking why the Gameville Global forums are so slow to show any new events. I mean, that's a good question. That's kind of based on their community manager and their production team. So maybe you just kind of wave an angry finger at them and say you need to release information sooner. We don't control those forums. So I can definitely redirect you to who to shift blame towards, too, though. That's good. I'm always good with that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
When will the Tower of Tribulation reset? Usually it doesn't. I mean, I think the only time we ever did that was because we were, we did something new with it. And that was really the only time that we, there was a reset in there, though, so.
Yeah, man, you ready to get your tattoo?
Yeah, man.
We are literally 46 followers away from 10K. How does that make you feel, man?
Broke.
Yeah?
Broken.
Yeah, I was about to say, because you're still paying for your tattoo. I'm not paying for that.
I can't pay for that.
Oh, no.
I'll pay for a stencil of it.
No, you're paying for that.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that when we'll get that expense out then. So.
I don't think they're gonna expense that.
Well, unfortunately, we won't be doing a tattoo because then I'll be out of work and I won't have any food. Won't be able to drive to work because my car will be just taken away. Yeah.
What was the worst summer you ever had and why? What is happening? That's like an off-the-rails question that I would really love, like, right at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Worst summer. Humana.
There was a summer when I had...
You're answering it.
There was a summer when I had bronchitis for 2 months, and then the last 3 weeks of summer, it turned into pneumonia, and I was hallucinating for a week. That was probably the worst one. I started playing recently, and I've already seen that my gear falls off quickly, but it costs a pretty penny to upgrade gear. How high should I even rank up my gear when it becomes useless? You shouldn't. You should literally... So what I do when I'm with a new character and then going further, when I'm just leveling up a new character, is I will only level things up to +5 at most. Except my weapon. My weapon I'll get to like +10, maybe +12, and then just... replace gear as it comes up. That's clearly better than what you have. Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are trying to boost our
What's going on?
our numbers here. Everyone's saying they're going to make like 20 different accounts and just start following us.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not about the number, you guys. It's about the quality of our followers. I see John shaking his head. He knows what's up. Yeah. Right? Come on, bob that head. Agreed. Boom. What you guys think of the buff of the Eclair compared to the other characters? Are you talking about just in the sense of like how she is in terms of the other characters, or like where she's at in terms of the other characters? Because I think she's still pretty strong, personally speaking. I think. Obviously we're doing what we can to raise these original characters to a higher standard than to kind of meet her at that point, though. But yeah, I think she's pretty strong.
Hey man, what can I say? I answer the questions that are asked that I can. Okay? So.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're on a roll today, man.
Question on Guild Battle. Why does it still say beta? I imagine that for what your next question is why it's still in beta, because they're still trying to work those kinks out. Yeah. Will we ever be adding storage other than inventory? I do not believe so, no. Because you could just buy more inventory space.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite character? It's not Cat Acrobat. I'm just going to keep doing that because every time I say it, Joe just sighs and just gets so sad. The only question I've seen commented but unanswered was about the Eclair.
Okay.
Why? Who cares?
Oh, yeah.
Like, of all the things to really focus on, that is probably the least. Yeah.
We all wear them. Well, not.
I'm going to murder you. I love Cat. I love Lamp. That was a good question for beginners, Mermaid. Let's see. That laugh, man. So I actually like Cat Acrobat. That's the thing is, my first character was a Cat Acrobat. I just love poking people with a stick because you can't say anything bad about Cat Acrobat without people just hitting the roof. So, what do you think about a trade market with guild members? I think it's probably not going to happen, and that's generally not how free-to-play games work.
Usually swimsuit avatars are probably around summertime, so, we're looking pretty soon here. But that's just me spitballing.
Yeah. But to kind of like elaborate a little bit, Lieutenant Atsuki, I just think that when you have a free-to-play business model, a trade market works counterintuitively to what you're doing, right? So I just don't see those two working well together. But yeah, that's pretty much the main reason why I don't see that happening. What are the max levels per each guild tower? I do not know off the top of my head. Let's see. I love lamb.
Lamb potion?
I'm convinced that the cuter an animal, the better it tastes. Like veal is amazing.
Oh God.
Right?
So what I'm going to be doing here now, guys, is to try to.
Yeah, this would be. Yeah, this is a catastrophe for Joe.
I'm going to try
to get it. Catastrophe.
Yeah, I okay. You want to?
That was my aunt's band name, and she used to love cats, and they were called Catastrophe.
It's fascinating, Nick.
Yeah.
Really. I'm so glad that you're deciding to just reveal everything about yourself on stream today. I'm going to go ahead and I redid some of my skills here. I'm going to try out episode 11 here and fail miserably, but let's try it out regardless.
Have you ever watched anime?
I have, yes.
Gave me a rash once, so I didn't do it anymore.
Huh?
Take a walk? Why? Dude, this body isn't for walking. I got a car for that. What's the fastest way to get ethereal swords? Get lucky on a transmute. Or, I mean, I don't think you're going to be at the CP for this, but I mean, in the elite stages, you can farm the weapon stage. Is Kritika giving an anime? Man, I hope so. I'm new to the game. And you do your show, so I'm trying to figure out what the characters I've got, who I should add. Curious what you thought was the best. Okay, so if you're a new player looking for like the best characters, I think Eclair, Blood Demon. I like Crimson Assassin. Not a lot of people do. And Cat Acrobat's a good one. Berserker's going to be nice now with these new changes. If you're looking for more of like a tutorial type of thing, you can go to our YouTube page under Gameville, and we do have basically like new player walkthroughs for some aspects of Kritika. You can absolutely check those out and find some more information. If you're still like looking for more information, we have our forums, our Facebook, and our Twitter account that you can go on there, ask questions. Especially in the forums, there's a lot of knowledgeable people in there that they can help you out with stuff. Kritika does have lore, and you are correct. Nobody reads it. Let's see. Oh, can you repeat the answer about the sword because you got distracted? You need to dodge more. If you would have dodged more, I think you would have been all right.
Oh, thanks.
No, I'm just saying if you would have dodged a couple of those. If Kritika becomes an anime, I hope Cat is the main character. Me too. Is Shadow Mage not good? Shadow Mage is good, but he takes a lot of setup, and it's very mana intensive. But in terms of like grinding higher levels that are much higher than you, Shadow Mage is very good because he has a lot of control abilities. Is it possible to play on Korean servers? I think you could potentially, but I don't know exactly how you would do it. Excuse me. Let's see here. Do elite stages give the same probability of getting sapphires as do hard stages? I have no idea, Arkmark. That's going to be an internal percentage that we don't know.
I'm just going to do a couple of like little enhances on my meteorites and stuff like that, see if I can get past this stage.
Get the 10K ticket? Somebody wants you to get a 10K ticket or something like that?
Oh, like the pet stuff? And that?
Yeah.
I already got some of those
Oh,
ones.
you did?
Oh,
Okay.
almost passed it up.
There is no new stuff for guilds coming out this update. But as always, as new things come up, we will release that stuff to you guys.
Let's see. Let's see, what is that one?
People are
here?
very excited to see you summon a pet.
They'll just be upset. Let's enhance this one.
Can you give us a show on weapon upgrades? We actually did one of those a few weeks ago, Neo's Chaos. You can look up on our YouTube page. We have all that stuff set up. Bye, Sushi. Take care.
Bye, Sushi. Alright, let's try this.
New cat voice, please. Sounds like a lonely dude trying to mimic a girl. You might be right.
As I just tried it too a couple hours later.
Wow. Who is Jennifer from Crimson X? What are you talking about? I honestly think, like, if you're talking about maybe what she says during the X, I don't think she's saying Jennifer. And you get a Draco. I hate you so much.
What'd I do?
No.
What'd I do?
Did you start showing off new stuff? Am I too late? Yeah, a little bit. Show me. We started at 12. It's now almost 2. But because we want to make sure that you get some information, I'm going to have Joe give you the 2-minute rundown of everything that was in this patch.
Can I do that in 1 minute?
You can do it in 1 minute and 20 seconds. What's going up, Wind?
Hold on, no, I'm really trying to concentrate on this. I'm really trying to
Good
concentrate.
night, Oni-chan.
I hate this
Oh,
area.
come on.
They aren't dying fast enough.
Yeah, give Joe a second because he can't do 2 things at once. Is there an equipment transfer sale? I do not believe so. But again, that's going to be more on a production side. They don't let us know what the in-game events are going to be. Take it easy, Dark. Have fun, man.
Bye, Dark.
If I make a fanfic, what you guys read it on stream, I can't guarantee you that, man. Let's see. EX.
Where'd he go? Where is he? There he is.
Can you have 5,000 carrots now? What about guilds? There's nothing new in this update for guilds, Lieutenant Atsuki. Hey, my dash doesn't work. Why does yours? His doesn't really work. He just got lucky. Hashtag sausage stream. It's so bad.
Come on.
Why is Guild Battle still in beta? Yeah, there's a ton of errors still with it. Awesome, Burrow. Glad you like it, man. Oh, and you got it. Really?
Number 1!
Now come back here and explain to...
Let me have this for a second.
Wow. I so wish you would have done that on screen. People could have seen how horrible you were.
Only took me 4 million CP.
Is it possible to change Gretel and Tyra's effect? No. It's probably not going to happen.
Woo!
Okay, so...
All right, so
quick rundown.
Crash course. So we got new Hell Mode stages. So if you go over to the usual episode guide, you'll see that there's an additional red star on each level. That's going to signify that those are Hell Mode stages.
That's exactly it, Lily. He got excited and then realized he had to explain
Yes,
stuff.
I know, yeah. So Hell Mode is unlocked after episode 1, stage 6, and then you will have to clear all respective difficulties in the previous episode in order to enter Hell Mode. Elite stages, which is signified by that icon in the top right corner, will be unlocked after episode 10, stage 9. Essentially what these are is essentially really difficult stages. The first stage here is going to require at least in the realm of 1.75 million CP. Each stage, so episode 1 and 2 on these, if you see there's the red ethereal box that has a question mark, those have a chance of dropping random ethereal gear in those areas, while episode 3 through episode 11 will have a chance to drop specific ethereal items in each episode. So for instance, episode 3 has a helmet icon. That means you're able to obtain a random ethereal helmet by chance, not guaranteed. Each dungeon in here also gives you a box guaranteed after every time you complete one. As you can see in the bottom, there's 3 slots for elite chest down there. You can only hold 3 at a time. If you have more than 3, you can still enter an episode stage. It'll just give you a message saying that you can't hold any more chests, though. Each chest, ranging from different grades and stuff like that, can be unlocked after a certain amount of time. So, for instance, this is going to take 4 hours for it to unlock, or you can spend carrots to unlock it immediately. And these have various items like we've seen sapphire, ethereal piece, equipment, stuff like that in there. So yeah, this will kind of give you more chances to get ethereal pieces of gear. It's worth noting too, in hell mode stages, each boss stage will also have a chance of dropping ethereal items in there, while just the normal regular hell mode stages will not. Changes introduced to the Berserker. Now he will be more physical damage oriented. So, for instance, Spiral Strike and Hurricane Slash have been changed from magical attacks to physical attacks. And then Gigantic Full Swing has been changed to a magical attack. His buff as well has received some cool changes where you'll now get a critical strike increase by 15%. Beforehand it was only just regular flat attack, and now it's going to be a 15% crit rate. And then various skills, so I have a couple here. Let me actually get into, because I only have covered a couple of them. So, Berserker skill damage has been increased. Gigantic Full Swing, Crater Leap. Both the high and consecutive versions of them have received about a 200 to about 350% damage buff. And then Hurricane Slash has received, looks like about like a 600 damage percentage buff there, too. And then also the following skills, Full Breaker, Crater Leap, Tornado Slash, and Hurricane Slash have all received a buff that will provide more EX gauge filling than as you perform the abilities. And finally, skill animations have been changed, the range has been increased on the following skills: Full Breaker, Hurricane Slash, and then your Tempest Blade attack. Then has all received just various minor skill changes. Then, and with all that being said,
Necrotype.
That's it.
Patch notes. I want to say around Friday, maybe. But because that's posted by Kritika's CM, I don't have an exact time for you. All right, great, Dark Evil Load. Thanks for checking us out, man. We appreciate it. It's been a month since I played the game, but the streams are fun. Hey, man, just come hang out. You know, we're not doing anything.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm hungry.
Okay, we got about... So we only need 30 more members for 10K. That'll be fun.
Wow, what?
Yeah.
Are you guys just adding spam accounts now? For shame, guys. For shame.
Man.
Yeah, other than that, those are basically all the changes coming. Berserker buffs, Hell Mode, Elite Stages. The only other things to kind of really comment on, like I said, login reward improvements. You can now acquire ethereal equipment every 2 weeks.
Bye, Lily.
Bye, Lily.
Thanks for checking us out.
Yeah, again, ethereal equipment will be rewarded every 2 weeks for login rewards. 2 legendary pets will be in the login rewards as well. Gold chest rate adjustments. Anytime that the higher the level of your gold chest rate, the less chance you'll get an equipment piece and an actual piece of equipment, or enhance, I'd say. Average collection capacity has been increased from 20 to 25, and I guess the only last thing to comment on, carrot bash change has been changed from 30 days to 15 days. The price will remain the same, and you'll receive the same amount of carrots, but it'll just be coming in more quickly now. So, and update date is tentatively next week.
It's going to be next week. It's not tentative. It's going to be next week.
The tentative day is next week.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for us over here at Gameville headquarters. We're going to go get Joe some food. Maybe talk about his decisions during this show.
We won't do that.
And, you know.
I'll completely ignore him for the rest of the day.
He won't.
Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Be sure you stop by on Friday for a Dragon Blaze stream. Dragon Blaze and Kritika being updated. What?
Yeah.
Cut away. What? You're not gonna cut away.
No,
are
we're
you?
not. What are you doing?
I'm trying to tell John to cut away.
Yeah, no, that's not how that goes. You
It
say goodbye
is.
to people.
I said bye.
Okay.
I don't know what more I could do.
All right. Okay, guys.
Jeez.
Have a good week. Have fun. Enjoy the update. We'll see you guys on Friday. Bye-bye.